Dallas heading to the Bay for game one in this series. Who do you got game one? Who do you got in the series? Let's go. Hey, good morning, everyone. It's Craig Bennett, aka Cash Cake, back with another NBA Prize Picks video. And again, we got the first game of the series. We got Dallas going into the Bay, and it looks like the Golden State Warriors are favored by 5 here. Who do you got in this game one? Man, Luka just absolutely demolished Phoenix there. But man, Golden State didn't look very good against Memphis. So it's really hard to tell to me in this series. I think it could go either way. If you look at all the lines and stuff, Golden State, I think, is the favorite to win the chip. But really depends on how they play here. But going that first game into Golden State with that big win with Dallas, I would lean Golden State wins this game. But again, I got some picks for you here. 5 of them, I think, total. One of them's a first half play, but we'll just dive right into it. But for that, hit that like button for me. Subscribe to the channel if you find any of this information valuable in your research process. Hopefully it helps you make a little bit of money. And let's dive into it. Let's go. All right, we have the NBA Prize Picks desktop up here. Again, you can download the mobile app as well. And if you do have an account, use that promo code DFSArmy and get a 100% instant deposit match up to $100. We'll talk about the first half play that I like. I've been riding it a long time here with Dallas, and I don't think I'm going to change. But yeah, I'm going to go with Luka. I'm going to go points, rebounds, and assists. There's also fantasy score if you want to take it, but I'm going to go points, rebounds, and assists. I'm going to go over the 24.5. He's basically been this entire team. I don't think they really have anyone on the Golden State side that can match up to him. And, we should still see him push pretty hard. The last game he played him back on March 3rd in 19 minutes, he put up 24 points, 6 rebounds, and 4 assists. So 34 points, rebounds, and assists. Then he did at Golden State, put up 18 minutes, put up 21, 6 and 2, which would have been 29. So he's went over this in 2 of his last 3 games against Golden State. At the road and at home. But again, this is the playoffs. He's going to play probably a few more minutes, going to have a little bit more usage here. And I just like the over for him first half. So, I got another Luka one as well, but I wanted to mention that one first half play I do like here. The next one we're going to go to is, again, full game NBA. We're going to go to points. And I'm actually going to go under Klay Thompson here. Kind of pulling up and looking at him. Now, the juice is on the over here at minus 120, but he's only went over this mark in 2 of his last 7 games. And again, he is at home. Kind of look what he's done against Dallas and the 2 times he's played him this year. Back on January 25th, he put up 15 points, and then on March 3rd, he put up 16 points, but both only 26 and 30 minutes. Took a ton of shots here. Now, with Klay, he can go off at any time. We know he can go off at any time. He can put up a 40 piece on anybody. I tend to like to play the unders on him when he's on the road. But even then, I still think, in these game ones like this where there's a feeling out process, I do feel like, you can take the under on him because he's going to get everything he's going to do is be from the 3-point line, right? Like even this last game where he put up 30 real life points against Memphis in the closeout game 6, he shot 11 from 22, and 14 of those 22 shots were behind the arc. So he shot 57%, 8 for 14, and that's why he hit that. So, he's a pure scorer. If you kind of look at what he did against Dallas, took a bunch of threes. We saw what this Dallas team did against Phoenix in terms of shooters and whatnot. And they're just a good defensive team. They're ranked first in 3-pointers allowed and 4th in 3-point percentage allowed. So they're a really good defensive team. They got some length out there as well. You see Denny Finney-Smith out there. You'll see Bullock out there, and they're just good defenders. So I'm going to lean on taking the under on him. But again, first game of the series, always play light, kind of see how they're going to match up, across the board at the playoffs, a little bit different. But I'm just going to lean on taking the under in game 1 with him, and maybe a shot isn't falling here for Klay Thompson. The next one we're going to go is going to be a Luka play, and I'm going rebounds. I'm going over 9.5 rebounds. They really don't have anyone that can match up to Luka across the board, and they really don't have anyone for rebounds. The juice is on the over here around minus 125 out there in some of the books. He's went over this in 7 of his last 10 games in the playoffs here. And, if we go look at what he's done against Golden State, the last 2 games he played Golden State, where he's playing 38 to 40 minutes a game, he put up 11 and 10 rebounds in those games. He's really good at crashing the boards. We know that Golden State takes a ton of threes. So there's a lot of opportunity if those threes are not going in for rebound opportunities. And I think that is where Luka excels at, right? He does basically everything for this team. If you pull up the numbers, what he did with Phoenix was absolutely amazing. And if you watch that game, go back and watch it. I mean, that first half, he just absolutely stole the souls from Phoenix, where he put up 27 points and the entire Phoenix team only had 27 points at half. I mean, it's unbelievable. So, I don't expect, I still expect Golden State to win this, but if the threes are not falling from Golden State, they live and die by that three. Dallas can still take them. So, should be a good, fun, opening game here. And again, Luka, I'll take the rebounds here over the points because I think, he can definitely get some. The points was a little high for me. I think it was at 33.5. Not saying he can't get it, but I might look at something like that when they go back home and take the over on 9.5 rebounds here. The next play is kind of more of just what I think might happen. Golden State plays a lot of 3 guards, right? They play a lot of Curry, Thompson, Poole out there. And so I'm going to take Spencer Dinwiddie over 12.5 points. And this is more of just a guess that they run more of a 3-guard lineup at times. They'll run Luka, Brunson, and Dinwiddie out there at times. And he's coming off, he's been on fire the last 2 games. He put up a 30-piece in that last game against Phoenix. Before that, put up 15. The minutes were trending up those 2 games, 21 and 26. I think we're going to see more out of him. If we look what they played Golden State this year on February 27th, he played 31 minutes. And then March 3rd, he played 29 minutes, putting up 24 and 17 points. Juice is on the over around minus 115 to minus 120, depending on what sports book you're looking at. And this is more of just a guess that they play a little bit smaller. And with Dinwiddie's confidence out there, and if he's playing the way he did in that last game against Phoenix, I don't know how you keep him off the court. So, kid's been known to ride the hot hand like that at times. And he's kind of trending up, and I hope that they run some 3-guard lineups and we see some more shots out of him. Like those last 2 games, 5 for 7 and 11 for 15. So shooting 71% from the field the last 2 games. I would say he is hot here. This one makes me a little bit nervous, but I'm going to take a chance at it. Again, I'm playing pretty light on this first game of the series to kind of feel out what they're going to do. But I do like taking a shot at Dinwiddie over 12.5 points. Then the last one I'm going to look at is fantasy score here. And I'm actually going to take Reggie Bullock, and I'm going to go the under here. Just looking at Reggie Bullock on the road, I don't particularly like, role players on the road. Now, I just did mention Dinwiddie, but he is kind of their 3rd star on that team, if you want to call him that. But he does come off the bench. And I just don't really like this, right? Like if we look back in the Phoenix series, he only put up, if we look at just points, rebounds, and assists, that last game at Phoenix, he put up 8. At home, he had 26. Then he had 5. And then at home, he had 11. And then the first 2 games was 20 and 21. So, I'm just taking a shot that he's going to hit the under here. Now, the minutes are going to be there for him. He averaged just shy of 38 minutes a game in that Phoenix series. But I just think he's going to shoot a little bit better from home than on the road. Again, this is a more feeling out process. Like if they're going to run more Dinwiddie, maybe we'll see a little bit less of Bullock. I think Finney-Smith is going to be out there all the time because of his defense. But I'm just going to take a shot on this and take the under on Reggie Bullock, 18 fantasy points. If you want to take a shot on the over, I get it as well. Again, first game kind of feeling out process. I'm just going to kind of go with on my gut on some of these. So if I had to rank some of these, though, Luka's definitely my favorite, either at the half, 24.5 points, rebounds, and assists first half, or the rebounds. That's my top one for sure. Then I'm second one, I'm going to take Klay Thompson under 21 points. And then third one, I'm going to take Dinwiddie over 12.5 points. And then my last one will be Reggie Bullock under 18 fantasy score. And that's just, more of a gut play on that one. So those are the plays we got. Again, it should be a fun one. We got a late tip off here, a little bit after 9 o'clock on the East Coast here. So a little bit later than I like. I preferred the one that we had in Miami, and that was a lot of fun. But yeah, hope you enjoy it. Again, hit that like button on your way out, and I'll see you guys on the flip side. Deuces.